Welcome to Turnin to Country. I'm Tresa Jordan, and we are here today in Bell Buckle, Tennessee. Everybody knows about the big cities like New York, St. Louis, and San Francisco. But what about the small towns in between? Come with me as I journey across this great nation and explore rural America.
Turn to country like a wild horse runs free. It takes me somewhere else when I wanna be myself. I turn to country. Oh yeah, I turn to country.
Bell Buckle is home to great food, super nice people, unique shopping, and good old bluegrass music. Today we'll meet people like Russ Faxon, one of this country's best bronze sculptors, and Margaret Britton Vaughn, Tennessee's very own poet laureate. And I also got the chance to play a few tunes on the radio show with some local artists at the Bell Buckle Cafe. The first place that attracted my attention was the local art gallery. Being a woodcrafter himself, the owner, Bobby Crutcher, knows great art when he sees it, and you can tell this when you take a look around his gallery. Whether it's a wine bottle holder made from recycled machine parts or hand-blown glass bowls, these items are truly one of a kind. Oh, I love this!
Aren't those cute?
Those are so cute, out of a chain.
Yeah, we get those from an artist out of Kentucky
I love them.
called the Yardbirds.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Is this the one that you made?
Yes, I did.
Wow, that is beautiful. Tell me about this wood. It's so different.
Well, that's white oak, but it's a curly white oak. You see the rays of the wood?
Bobby is known for finding unique wood to make his projects out of. And he'll pretty much go to the ends of the earth to find just the right type of wood for each piece he's building. Now these spoons, okay, I've had my eye on these spoons.
Well, these spoons are made by an artist in Pennsylvania. His name's Jonathan.
Wow.
And they became a big sensation as these are the same spoons that Rachel Ray uses on her TV show.
Oh, I love Rachel Ray.
And he has
She's awesome.
This is a unique little thing that you can put it on the pan. And the story is that he invented that for his grandmother who was blind so that she would be able to put it on the skillet and then she would be able to find it.
Oh my gosh,
So
what
it's
a
not only
neat
handy,
story.
but it's got a really cute story too.
That is awesome. I think that I honestly have got to have one of these spoons.
Well, great.
This is something that I can use every day, and it will always make me think of Bell Buckle.
Well, that'd be wonderful.
Okay, I think I'll pick one out here. I couldn't help but notice these heirloom ornaments hanging in the window. Each of them were unique in their own way, and they brought back childhood memories of pulling ornaments out of the box each year at Christmas time with my family. These beautiful ornaments have family tradition written all over them. I love this. This is so great. I will be using this every day, I'm sure.
Well, good.
I cook a lot. I want to know one more thing, though, before I go. While I was leaving the art gallery, I asked Bobby who else I should get to know in Bell Buckle. He told me that the owner of the Bell Buckle Cafe was really the key to finding out more about the town and that I should definitely spend some time talking to him. So I set off to meet Jay Gregory. Thank you so much again for your time.
Well, thank you for coming in. I had a wonderful time.
Thanks for my spoon.
You bet.
Okay, bye. Oh, this will be lunch today for sure. Oh, yeah. So here we are at the famous Bell Buckle Cafe, and I have the pleasure of enjoying a nice lunch here with Mr. Jay Gregory, who started this restaurant.
Well, thank you, Teresa, and I know you're going to enjoy the pork chops today.
I'm getting those pork chops.
We want to welcome you to Bell Buckle and the Cafe. So it's a warm, friendly place most of the time.
What are you going to get?
I'm going to have the shrimp and the curly chips today, just for something different to do.
And I might have to steal one off your plate.
I'm going to share a shrimp with you, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to try the homemade potato chips too. You'll like those, I think.
Awesome.
Here comes some food now.
Oh
huh?
my gosh!
All right.
This looks so good.
And these are not pancakes, by the way.
So what are those?
Well, these are what they call hoe cakes in Tennessee. You ever hear of a hoe cake?
No.
It's cornbread.
Cornbread.
It's fresh made cornbread. We pour it on the griddle, and but a lot of people, the Yankees think it's pancakes.
And you know what? J. Gregory was exactly right. His pork chops were phenomenal. Most people aren't aware that during the Second World War, the Army used the town to practice tank maneuvers in. And what makes the story even more interesting is the fact that one day, one of the tanks went right through a building in the middle of town and destroyed it. When asked what happened, the soldier said he simply lost control. No doubt looking at some of the pretty girls walking down the streets of Bell Buckle back in the 1940s. J. Gregory also told me that I just had to meet Russ Faxon, the town's duly appointed deep thinker and also a world-renowned bronze sculptor.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
How are you?
Hi, I'm Tresa.
I'm Russ Faxon.
Hi, Russ. It's so great to meet you.
Happy to meet you.
I would love to see some of your work. I've seen Minnie Pearl. I've seen Roy Acuff down at the Ryman.
Oh, you've been through the tour in Nashville.
I have. I'd love to come in and see more.
Good. I'll be happy to give you the 25-cent tour.
All right, I got my quarter right here.
Okay. Well, let's go.
All right, let's go. Right from the start, I knew that I was going to have a great time with Russ. He was so warm and welcoming and obviously talented. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty.
Oh, thank you. This is a very interesting piece. This originally, the concept came up in order for me to be able to honor or design something for a little girl who was killed by an airbag. Aww. And it was really difficult for me to think about doing her because it wouldn't have been right.
Right.
And so what I wanted to do is to have the concept of just children and their fun and their joy and things that they will naturally do. And so this little girl blowing bubbles, and this is the name of it, is what I did. And she's blowing bubbles, and he is, of course, popping it.
After seeing this sculpture, I really wanted to learn how Russ created these beautiful works of art. So this is where the creator creates, huh?
This is where I do it.
Oh, wow. This is so neat.
And this is a piece that I'm working on. It's called A Swinging Girl. And this is in clay, and there's a steel armature that's on the inside of her holding everything up, and that's why you see all these pipes that are in there in order to support it. And so whenever I wind up working on something, I just add clay, and I just keep adding it until it all looks right.
It was so amazing watching Russ work. I got to see firsthand what hand sculpting really is. He uses simple wood and wire tools to mold the clay, texturize it, and shape it. This may look easy, but it takes about 3 months from concept to completion.
Okay, well, as you see all of these pieces, this is the final product after you wind up going through all those different processes that most people really haven't got a clue of what winds up happening.
Russ's showroom is filled with dozens of sculptures, and every single one of them has a special meaning or story behind it. There were a few that were my very personal favorites, like the one titled The Old Man. Russ remembered working in a factory as a young man and seeing the faces of the workers as they toiled away, and he absolutely captured that in this sculpture. Another great piece was inspired by a friend of his that had 13 kids called Mama's Hammock. This one definitely speaks for itself. But my absolute favorite is called Isaiah 41. This piece really moved me because we all have times in our lives when we're searching for answers and need to know that it's going to be okay. Russ beautifully captures this man's desperation as he reaches up for help to find God reaching down to save him.
Okay, this piece is called Shoah. And I got the inspiration from this after I watched Schindler's List.
Oh,
and
wow.
Shoah in Hebrew means Holocaust. And so this represents, those that were in the cars going off to the concentration camps.
That is powerful.
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
I loved Russ's sculptures. The thing that sets his work apart and makes it special is that each piece has a story. Russ knows how to capture real life, real passion, and real heartache in his work. Hey!
Hey, Teresa.
I'm back, and we
Wow.
got to go visit Russ, and it was just wonderful.
Doesn't he do great work?
Oh, his sculptures are just absolutely gorgeous. We had a great time over there. Tell me why you wanted to move to Bell Buckle. What made J. Gregory move to Bell Buckle?
Well, I think part of the reason, at first, I saw where I thought the town needed a good food experience. I saw a lot of potential here for the craftspeople that were here and everything, but they didn't really have a food experience. And
Right.
people sometimes won't come back if the food's not good.
That's
or
so
anything.
true. Yeah.
I was ready to get out of the city.
Yeah.
I'd been in the food business for a number of years. I was ready to, I guess you could say, go back in time a little bit. You know, the world's moving so fast.
Yeah.
And it seems like it just doesn't move quite as fast here. And my family disowned me for a while, thought I was crazy. You know.
Well, that's one thing you definitely do here in Belt Buckle is you slow your pace, and I've just enjoyed every minute so far. And I have a lot more to look at, I know. Tell me about your life before this.
I got involved with the Sonic drive-ins when I was a young man. I guess I had a bunch of delicatessens
Wow.
in the Oklahoma City area, and some people were coming in and eating with me that were developing Sonic drive-ins, and they liked the way I operated my business, so I made friends with him, and he helped me get started developing Sonic drive-ins years ago. I did that till I was 32 years old, and then I decided I was landlocked and I wanted to move to Florida.
Time to
and
move on.
I tournament fished and had a shrimp boat and did things like that for about 8 years.
There's nothing you haven't done, is there?
I do things that are fun, you know, just like this is fun, so I do it. After my fishing stint and 8 years of not doing a lot other than fishing and having a good time, during this time I was developing a pizza recipe, and I started a company, J. Gregory's Pizzerias, and we developed those through Florida and Alabama. And
Right.
I had about 12 of those. And then I just got tired of living in the city. I wanted to live out in the country. I like it very much here. It's been very, very good for my family and myself.
Great. And you love music, right?
I do like music.
Yeah. And so tell me about the music that you do here.
Well, we started a company, Bell Buckle Records, and
Right.
we had a lot of music here at the cafe, and a lot of people used to pick right out front.
Wow,
And
really?
they'd bring their instruments, and some of them were really good, so I invited them in, and we started a radio show here, a little radio show, and then we did the record thing and started developing a few careers, and so I'm out on the road quite a bit with a gal named Valerie Smith and Liberty
Yeah,
Pike.
Valerie's awesome.
Valerie's not here today, but we've got our fiddle player, Becky Buller. We feature her, and Chad Graves is our dobro player.
Great.
And he's going to be here today for the radio show that we do.
And that's going to happen in just a little bit, isn't it?
It is.
Great.
How about if you come back and do a song with him?
I would love to.
Well, I've heard you sing. You're a great singer.
Oh, thanks.
That'd be a lot of fun.
I would love to.
Okay. Well,
I was so excited that Jay invited me to perform on the Bell Buckle Cafe radio show, so I decided to go get changed and visit a few more people before the show started. Okay, we are going to do something really neat. We're going to go visit Margaret Britton Vaughn. She is the Poet Laureate of Tennessee. So come on and let's see what she has to say. There she is.
Hi.
Hi. You must be Maggie.
And you must be Tresa.
Oh, it's so good to meet you.
I heard you were coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome to Bell Buckle.
Thank you so much. Can I sit down and talk?
Sure, I don't have many chairs. You
Well,
have to sit
this
on
is perfect.
anything you can find.
Look, I'm a country girl. I can sit on
good.
whatever
Well,
I can
yeah,
find to sit.
all right.
I love your place. This is
Well,
so
thank you.
pretty. It's so artistic.
Well, it's a place I come to kind of get away when I want to be alone and write. And
Yeah. Maggie told me that she decorated her writing room with a Paris theme. It felt so comfortable and creative. And so now you are a poet laureate,
Yeah, of Tennessee.
Right? Now tell me exactly what a poet laureate is.
that means the state picks a poet to represent them.
The state.
The state.
Right.
It goes through like a bill. Different states do different things, but in Tennessee, it first goes to the House,
Right.
and then it goes to the Senate, and then it's signed by the governor, like a bill. And it's for different terms. They've had different things. I've had it for about 17 years. They do it in 5-year terms, and I'm on fourth term or something like that.
Good
I never
for
could
you.
do math. So,
Good for you.
But now I want you to know that I am not the best poet in Tennessee. By far, I'm not. I'm a poet of the people, and that's what they're looking for.
Well, that is a special thing to be.
Well,
really
thank
and
you.
truly.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell me, I know that you've written songs as well, and did you kind of get your start with songwriting?
I started writing with country music.
Wow,
And
that's so neat.
I wrote my first song when I was in 3rd grade, and I went to Mama and I said, Mama, I want to be a poet and a songwriter.
Right.
Here's my first song. And it was titled, Here I Sit Alone at the Bar. And Mama said, are you sure you want to be a songwriter and a poet? And I said, yes, Mama. So I kept that dream.
Young.
Came to Nashville, wrote some with Loretta Lynn and different ones in the music business.
Last question.
Okay.
Is it harder to write a poem, which I personally cannot do, or is it harder to write a song? Because you know a song has like a perfect rhyme scheme in a song. So what's harder, a poem, or a song?
Well, you know, they come, I think it's 50-50.
Is it?
A lot of my poems rhyme.
Right.
And a lot of them do not. The reason it comes, I think, easy for me is because my roots are country music. So that gave me my ear to write. If you read my poetry, you'll hear music in it.
I love
it. I think that the Ryman Auditorium poets that were in the 50s and 40s and 50s and 60s that came out of that old Ryman Auditorium and were the best poets that ever lived. Hank Williams.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the line, did you ever see a robin weep when leaves begin to die? Shakespeare couldn't have said that.
No, I
and
agree.
wouldn't have. But Hank said it. And also I learned from that, if you have a hit song, they'll buy the records.
Right.
And you can make a living.
That's right.
Well, if you have a book that they relate to, you see, the reason country music sells so much is because people relate to it. You know, you think, oh my gosh, they've read my mail.
Yes.
Well, so when I write, I wrote my roots. I wrote my childhood. So people say to me, oh, gosh, you're talking about my mama. That's my granddaddy you wrote about.
Right.
You grew up like I did. Yes.
That's
And they say,
right.
I want that book.
Wow.
So that's how I do it.
Well, we sure appreciate you letting us
Well,
come
thank
by.
you.
And I
Thank you
just
so
admire
much.
you. I think
Thank
you're
you.
amazing, and I love your place.
Well, thank you. It's kind of mess. As you see, I still have the Christmas tree up.
I like your tree, though.
Maybe leave it up all year long. I don't know. It's kind of
think you
fun in
should.
here, you know.
I like it. It
Yeah.
adds to the coolness of the place.
Yeah,
so,
yes.
thank you so
Well,
much.
thank you so much,
again.
Teresa.
It was
Thank
wonderful
you.
to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Great to see you.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you. Be careful.
All
Come
right.
back and see us.
I will.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Hey, how are you?
Doing well. Welcome to Phillips General Store.
Hi, what a great place this is. I'm Teresa.
Oh, Teresa
Jordan,
Jordan. I
yeah.
heard you were going to be on the radio show today.
I am.
Well, we're
I
glad
just
to have you here.
A little bit of time to kill, and I thought I would just stop in and look around for a minute.
Well, sure. Well, let me show you around.
Great.
This is Bell Buckle's 1883 dry goods store, and these are all original counters and showcases. All the old clothes and shoes up there.
Oh,
that's the
that's
original
so
store
cool.
stock. As a matter of fact, my mom and dad bought this building in 1971 with all the contents.
Wow.
These are the original price tags. Look at that, 19 cents,
Oh.
21 cents.
Those are cents, not dollars.
Isn't that hard to believe when they're
That's
still
amazing.
here?
I love this ladder.
Yeah, it's amazing. After 125 years, it still rolls as good as the day
Does it
was
really?
made.
Do you ever get on it and take a little spin?
Not too often. I think the people were a little bit lighter back then than I am now.
Oh, that's awesome.
As I was walking through Phillips General Store, I felt like I was stepping back in time. I mean, the whole place was just filled with history. Billy told me that at one time, Bell Buckle's entire downtown area was almost torn down to make room for more modern developments. I couldn't help but think what a tremendous loss that would have been. Being in this store and hearing the stories really gave me a picture of the way things were.
So as you
Wow.
can see, we have quite an assortment of things here.
Absolutely. I could spend all day in this one store. I definitely think I could. Oh, look, this is beautiful. Now tell me about this.
This came from the Bell Buckle Post Office. It's the original Bell Buckle
Oh.
Post Office cage. Dates to the 1870s.
How cool.
And the marble and oak and brass, and slightly tarnished after 100 plus years, but still
yeah, but
retains a
look at
lot
it.
of beauty.
Still definitely does. Okay, now someone told me that maybe your mom has a special store around the corner that I
Actually-
would like to go visit.
I bet you will. It's actually Mama and Daddy Phillips,
Mama and Daddy Phillips.
the Bluebird Ice Cream Parlor.
Oh, that sounds like my place.
Would you like to go?
Let's go.
On the way to the ice cream parlor, Billy told me a great story about growing up in Bell Buckle. Before Mama and Daddy Phillips owned the ice cream store, it was owned by Miss Jean. Now, Billy's mom would only let him have ice cream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday.
But Miss Jean would make sure that little Billy also got ice cream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Secrets are obviously safe in Bell Buckle because Miss Phillips never found out about this until after Miss Jean had passed away. Walking into the store, I was just overwhelmed with the fantastic smell of fresh waffle cones baking. And the word is, Mr. Phillips makes the absolute best fudge imaginable.
And this is the famous white chocolate raspberry ice cream.
Oh. Please don't drop it. Please don't drop it. Please don't drop it. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start.
I know, it's that good. You won't know when to quit either.
Now, so what about the bar? What were you telling me about the bar?
This is the original bar. It's been here since 1886. It actually came from Chattanooga. It came from a actual alcoholic, shall we say, bar. And it became an ice cream bar. Bell Buckle has always been a dry town.
I really wish this bar could talk because I would love to hear the stories from its days in Chattanooga to its days in Bell Buckle. I'm sure those stories would be as different as alcohol and ice cream. Back when Miss Jean owned the ice cream parlor, it was also a grocery store. Mama Phillips told me that the old grocery scale that was used to weigh meats and vegetables also served a much more noble purpose. Every newborn was weighed on the same scale, and its weight was properly announced aloud by Miss Jean herself. Now, I've heard that you are you're the one that keeps everybody straight in this town. Is that true?
We try to. It's not always easy, but you have to live up to that mama bit.
That's right. That's right. Now I know why the Bluebird was voted the best ice cream parlor in Tennessee for 5 years straight.
It was a pleasure.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Becky was great. Now it was my turn to do one of my favorite bluegrass songs. Ooh, close quarters.
That's right.
Yes.
Well, Tresa, what are you going to play for us, Tresa?
I think we're going to do Weeping Willow Tree.
Beautiful song.
1, 2. As the sun started to set, I decided to sit down and take a minute to reflect on my time in Bell Buckle. I fell in love with this small town where creative people abound, hospitality is the status quo, great food is the norm, and music is the thread that weaves it all together. Visiting here helped me find a way to lose myself for a while and step into a hometown atmosphere where everyone welcomes you with a gentle smile. This is just the kind of place I was hoping to find. Being here really made me miss home. It's amazing how just taking the time to slow down can make you appreciate what you have. Bell Buckle has been a great place to visit, and I can't wait to see what the next town holds.
Angels cry when love is forsaken. I turn to country like a wild horse runs free. I go to that place.
Hi, this is Tresa Jordan. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you would like more information, please go to my website at www.tresajordan.com.